Welcome, Cancer and Cancer Crosswatchers, to your reading for this week. So, hope you guys are all having a wonderful. So we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Hold on here. Oh. Well, so we have the Ten of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Cancer. It kind of feels like, I don't know why I'm stalling so much with this. Somebody here is utterly transfixed. They're fixated on you. It feels like they, and you know it. You can feel their energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like you couldn't escape that energy even if you tried, which I feel. Here's the thing, Cancer. I feel like you may have tried to. It feels like you felt this energy for a long time. And I feel like you may have tried to make something happen with it. It does kind of feel like it's a relationship, so that's how I'll be reading it, but please take it as it resonates. It feels like somebody may have been sending you their energy that they, it almost feels like they kind of wanted to consume you at one point. Not in a really negative way, but it almost feels like borderline obsession. That may have been what it felt like to you, but what's interesting is that that isn't how they were experiencing it. It feels more that they kind of adore you. I almost said adored, but it feels more that it's that they do. But it kind of feels like for some reason they're not going to do anything about it, and I feel like you seem to have accepted that. It feels like you've accepted that and you're moving forward. And it feels like it's almost like when you have quieter moments, you kind of fall back into being able to feel that energy. It almost feels like it's become a part of your reality now, being able to feel that just all the time. Interesting. Sorry, that's a very unique reading. If at one point you wanted something to happen or you wanted something to come to fruition, it just feels like it's almost like this person would just rather watch you from afar. For those of you that may still be kind of holding out hope that something may come to fruition, it's not. I certainly don't see anything happening anytime soon. For some of you may be feeling differently. It feels like this person's waiting for something. It almost feels like, to them, it feels like you wouldn't fit into their world somehow. It feels more that you're almost kind of a pipe dream for them, if that makes sense. They may enjoy kind of like the fantasy of being with you. But it's like once they kind of allow themselves to experience that in their mind, they're brought back down to reality that it would never work. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this person. I don't I'm going to be honest, I don't really understand it, so I apologize if it's not articulated well. What does Cancer need to know about? I feel like this person has like a love-hate relationship here with you. I feel like they may have tried to, in the same way that you've kind of, you know, the cards are talking about you having learned to live with just experiencing this energy. They still seem to be going back and forth with like with being enamored with you and also being resentful. I almost want to say like that you exist in the first place. It's almost this energy of like they can look but they can't touch. And I feel like whenever they start to feel this kind of like resentment or anger coming towards you, it's like they look at you like they want to glare at you, but the second they see you, they soften. It's that kind of an energy. Okay. So this person's energy is kind of overpowering the read. So we're gonna ask two questions. Why does this person and okay. The question was, why does this person, like, why do they have this love-hate? Why do they hate? Why do they love Cancer? So we got the Lovers again. Of course, the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work, right? That's when, whenever you're working towards a goal, you put in the time and the energy and the effort to move from a novice to experience, to move from experience to mastery, right? And I'm kind of getting this vibe from them that they feel like, oh, it's just going to be so much bloody work. It almost feels like there's this energy of they have that kind of like, oh, there's so much bloody work to this. And then as soon as they see you, they're like, oh, the work is nothing. I'm sorry if this is what you've been experiencing, because that feels like a lot of back and forth, and that could be, you know, it's almost like you've had to learn to live with the push and pull dynamics of somebody else's emotional experience, not being able to heal it, not being able to fix it, not being able to, not that you would want to fix this person, but it's like if you were experiencing a push and pull dynamic about something in your life, you would be able to like address that and heal it and so on and so forth, right? Or go get it or whatever it is. But because this is someone else's emotional experience, you're not able to do that. You just kind of have to sit in it. And it feels like it's like you seem to have learned to shrug that off. And it's like, and when you tap into their energy, it doesn't necessarily feel like you're terribly welcoming to it. Or, you know, it doesn't feel like you're pushing it away either. It just feels like it's like a fly that seems to come around and buzz in your ear every once in a while. It's not there all the time. And it's almost like, and it's done it so many times, you know, it's not going to like fly in your ear or anything, you know, nothing's going to come of it. Nothing's going to happen with it. And it seems to be less and less of a nuisance the more you move forward. I feel like sometimes you may dip into an energy where it's almost like you wish you would have been able to have this experience. And it almost feels like that's when this person or this energy, they feel like they have you again, if that makes sense. And I feel like even though they may feel that, that's not the case. regardless. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the case at all. Okay. What's the main takeaway for Cancer here? Whoops. What's the main takeaway for Cancer? Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Devil card, which I know is... Sorry, I'll try to work on something better for the lighting, but anyway. What's kind of interesting here, Cancer, is it feels like this person, this entity, if you will, it feels like they had nothing but good intentions towards you, even though it may not have ever kind of come to fruition. That it feels like it was a really gorgeous energy when you allowed yourself to be kind of like ensconced in it, I want to say. I feel like there's something about the energetics that happened between the two of you that, like, anything less is gonna, if you may have been somebody that, that's not to say that you were, okay, but if you were somebody that people were able to kind of not weasel their way in. For example, let's say you're someone that may be very empathetic. The experience with this person, it's like it allows you to be compassionate and empathetic without getting dragged down by whatever someone else is experiencing. And it feels like it seems to have, like, you can spot someone and their BS walking towards you like a mile away. And I feel like before, for some of you, you may have had this like mixed reaction. You may have like felt the, them bringing their BS to your door. But you may have kind of quieted that down to like give the person a chance. And I feel like, not that you're being cutthroat or anything like that. It feels more that you seem to be able to beat people at their own game now, because you're listening to yourself more. You're not, if people, it's almost this energy of like, if you would assume for a moment, come with me on this journey for a second. If you would assume for a moment that everybody has an ulterior motive to whatever it is that they're saying, doesn't necessarily mean that the ulterior motive is bad, right? Sometimes people want to come up and start talking to you because they want to kind of work their way into inviting you somewhere, right? That could be something nice. And it feels like everything that you were able to sense before, you acknowledge it now. It feels like you're much more at ease with yourself, and like, not that you weren't at ease with yourself before, but like you're at ease with yourself and the world around you, right? And it's the world around you that seems to be the key there. It's almost like even if this person tried to get you tangled up in their nonsense and their energy, they can't. It feels like it's kind of impossible. Even if you had to walk through, this kind of like swirling chaotic energy, it seems to not affect you anymore. There's something inside you that has shifted. If I'm going to ask you something instead of saying something, Cancer, in the past, were you somebody that was very able to give love, but may have struggled to receive it? I feel like for those of you that kind of rings true, there seems to be this energy about like accepting that you should be able to receive love and abundance and and all those good things, it seems to have freed you up somehow. And it's like even if these kind of, crappy energies come towards you or try to worm their way in, it's almost like the foundation that you have built within yourself is so strong that they just kind of can't get to you. I hope that makes sense, Cancer. I think I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.